I'm Max Bolka, and I am both a volunteer and a donor and an unofficial ambassador for hospice. I love to go out and speak, telling the community about hospice and all it has to offer. I got started with hospice, connected with them about 4 years ago when my wife got sick, and it turned out to be a terminal situation. And so that's how we got introduced to hospice, and I was absolutely amazed. I knew nothing about the process or hospice. Oh, do I have to limit my experiences just to one? There are so many. If I take them in chronological order, if I can remember from the 4 years, from a care standpoint, their palliative response team was just phenomenal. These are literally angels that come to you on a moment's notice when you call. And I remember we had 3 of them, and one, we were in very much pain and didn't know what to do. You know, it kind of gets old and you're at the end of the rope and you don't know who to call, you don't know what to do, you've never been in the system before. And somehow in all the literature I found this little pink card that said PRT on it. I don't even remember what it stood for back then. Palliative Response Team. We called them, they were there within an hour. And one made a beeline right to my wife, and turned out they were both yoga teachers, and they bonded and they chatted, and you see the patient, or in this case my wife, just come to life and connecting with somebody. The second one went right to the meds to adjust them accordingly to make sure that they were doing what they're supposed to do. And the third one did something I had never seen, I had never experienced for the first time in all of this ordeal. And she said, "You come with me." And we went into the back room and she said, "How are you doing?" Nobody had ever asked that question before. As a caregiver, you just put your head down and do the job, and you just kind of shut out everything else. So it was a phenomenal experience. It was life enhancing. And here it is 4 years later, and I'm still talking about it. So that's one of the experiences. One thing I would like people to know about Victoria Hospice is that it exists. I don't think it's unusual for people to be in my situation where they know nothing, that it exists or what it does, what it has to offer for the community. Because sooner or later, everybody's going to experience it in one form or another, either for a friend or family member or for themselves. So it's funny how I personally got into it because, as you know, one of my volunteer activities is I got on the phone to call donors and thank them for their donations, which, by the way, I would come in and sometimes in a not the greatest of moods. And believe me, when you make 50 or 100 phone calls thanking people for their donations and they're thanking you back, and you walk out of there feeling like incredible, like $1 million. So it's a great experience for anybody who wants to participate. So through that, I learned several things. One of the things I learned when calling the donors is that the budget for hospice, less than half of it comes from the government. Much more than half of it now comes from private individuals like you and me and the people I was calling to thank. So it doesn't matter if somebody is donating $25 a month or $50 or $100 or $200, or doesn't matter, because all of it put together adds up to millions of dollars. And it's important for people to understand that no matter how little you think it is that you're donating, how very important it is to that 50% plus that is needed to fulfill the annual budget. The other thing that I learned is how much fun it was calling these people and seeing how grateful they were for the opportunity to donate. And I had already been working with hospice and exposed to hospice for quite some time. And I thought, I have money to do monthly. So I became a monthly donor, and it's been a great experience. I get thank you letters. I get invited to celebrations, and it makes you feel part of the hospice family. If somebody's thinking about joining the monthly Hearts Club, I'd say do it and do it joyfully. And even if you don't, you'll become more joyful because of the experience. One thing I've learned through all of this, being a customer of hospice as well as a donor and volunteer, is that I don't believe anybody should have to cry alone or die alone. And that's the incredible service that hospice is providing. They are there for you in unimaginable ways. You can't imagine it because you've never done this before. Hospice does this every single day, literally 24/7. They know what you're facing. They know what you're going to face. They know where you've been. This is what they do. So keeping this organization healthy is very, very important. And we'd love to have you join us.